if she would have came up to my door looking like Dracula and it was Halloween and she needed to suck my blood in order to stay alive, I'll let her do it. But yet again, I do eat a lot of garlic though, so I don't know if she's gonna be able to be around, like be able to, do that type of shit. Cause with garlic, what I mean, type shit, like, the minerals in the garlic do be like, expanding your hemoglobin. So maybe she wouldn't be able to do that. And I also, ginger is also a good uh system to clean your inside your system. So I don't know if it also is dangerous for vampires to do that type of shit. So I don't know if she would be able to eat me per se, what I'm saying, or be able to suck my blood because obviously, she's vampires are allergic to garlic type shit, type shit, and low key, I do eat a lot of minerals too type shit. You know what I'm saying? So silver is also a part of a human. Which now that I think about it, like low key, how do vampires even like really like, what I'm saying? Like they suck blood, but like, what if it's like on a keto diet or like on a like, what I'm saying? Like they on an all meat diet type. That's a lot of iron. And you know what I'm saying? Like they're allergic to iron. So it's like, what I mean? How the hell is that even possible type shit? Because like if you really think about it, like they wouldn't be really able to eat a human for real if we keeping the bug, right? Scientifically, that would be impossible type shit. Now that I really think about it, also, if you really, really think about it, right, on some real shit, like, what I'm saying? What if they try to suck a Christian person's blood though, type shit? But like, what I'm saying? Like they are also allergic to holy water. And let's say somebody is very heavily into Christ, right, type shit, and they're profuse, like they sweat profusely type shit. Like they sweat like insane amount. Wouldn't they not be able to eat or drink the blood of a Christian person that sweats a lot type shit? Like what I'm saying? Like a lot of people be sweating in the church type shit. So like technically technically that's like holy water if you really think about it, because like what I mean, they if they protected by God, right, and it's like they got sweat and they sweating type shit, like they would legitimately would not be able to suck the blood, because once they try to go for the blood, the holy water penetrate their teeth type shit, and then it will like travel to their like, what I'm saying, the top of the roof of their mouth to their throat, and then when that swell up their throat, because they'll be allergic to holy water. She's not a real vamp, then? I mean, like, I'm not that. What does that have to do with her not being a vamp though? Like, because if you think about it, right, on a scientific level, vampires couldn't really exist in this real world because, what I'm saying, like they wouldn't be able to suck your blood type shit in order to survive. So what if vampires never existed in the first place, and maybe it's instead of vampires, it's like earthworms, like, what I'm saying? What about if they like leeches for real? But like, maybe instead of vampires, they were actually supposed to be leeches, but leeches ain't as cool as vampires. So that way they changed it to like to like vampire type shit. You know what I mean? Only Splash will be able to answer that because he's the only true vamp here, so that would make sense. That means Cardi's not a real vamp now, if I think about it, because there's no way that he would be able to sacrifice anybody from his label, Opium, because legally, if you really think about it, they can't even do Opium because Opium has iron in it, and like, what I'm saying, vampires are allergic to iron, so that way they would not even be, or no, it's silver, my bad. It has traces of iron, but that also can be turned into silver type shit, so technically, right, they wouldn't be even able to do Opium in the first place type shit, because there's trace amounts of silver in Opium type shit. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's a garlic herb that goes into Opium, so therefore they wouldn't even be able to do any type of Opium whatsoever, because there's garlic extracts in Opium, so they wouldn't even be able to do the Opium in the first place. So they can't even really be Opium for real. You can't even really be real Opium and vamp at the same time. You can either only be vamp or Opium, because they can't be combined together, because both of them cannot coexist with each other. Croissant. Build up an immunity. But if that was the case for real, then how come there was multiple cases where there's vampires that are actually out there that are actually supposedly supposed to be real vampires, right? Like the Dracula bat, right, is supposed to be known as the actual real vampire type shit, and they're not even able to even suck any human blood for real, because realistically, what I'm saying, if you on a good mineral diet type shit, what I'm saying, you're on a ketogenic diet or all caveman diet, then technically you would be good, right? And then they can't even they're nocturnal on top of that. So like, how would you even be able to find any type of humans that sleep during the day type shit? Because you know what I'm saying. I mean, sleep during the night type shit. Like, how can you even? Because y'all are not big enough to be able to even like open any doors or shit like that. And wouldn't y'all be weak by the time that y'all even would be able to get to a human in any way, shape, or form? And how long would the blood even last in a nigga? And like, you know what I'm saying? Wouldn't the hemoglobins in the blood mix differently, mix well into like other people's type shit? Like, wouldn't you end up developing a human strand like in your DNA in the blood type shit? Because when that mixed together with the vamp blood, and wouldn't you become more human than vampire to the point where you suck so much blood that you actually become human type shit? And another thing, if we gonna keep it a 6 million, right? Realistically, vampires wouldn't be able to exist because they create pheromones that attract mosquitoes. So mosquitoes will actually kill vampires and give them the Nile virus. So they would actually be dying off way quicker than actual humans. So they wouldn't even be able to exist for real. So how you alive? He just debunked all, you know what I'm saying, type shit. You know what I mean? Like, niggas, vampires would never be able to exist ever. Cap ass vampires, bro. Nigga ain't even a real, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I really exposed y'all for real. I'm just being honest. I could be wrong, but I'm being honest.
So you thought everything is crap. So you thought everything is crap. She was the one put on the map. Now from the Sprite and it tastes like ass. Real deal drinking, I wish it was an ass. One more drink left cause I'm in a baby. I ain't had a line, but I still got a 50.
Well, scientifically, I don't think that's even possible because I feel like the more pills you do pop, that would actually mean that you would actually have more tears because depending on the type of drugs that you are taking, I'm pretty sure it's probably what Percocets or something like that. They actually enhance your glands, your sweat glands and your water glands in your eye sockets to actually produce more tears. So technically, you would actually be producing more tears than less tears.